Hello, everybody. Hope everybody's having a good day. Hope your 4th of July was going well. Whew. This morning, these first few readings have been very heated. As the tea has been piping hot. So I was a little amped up, you know what I'm saying? Let's see how this reading goes. Please like, share, and subscribe. Any donations could be sent to the information in the description box, as well as if anybody would like to have a vent session, that information is also in the description box. Now I'm going to shuffle these cards up and we're going to get into it. Lately I've been doing sign readings to where I shuffle the cards up and what sign falls out first is the sign that I will do. Now, if I've already done that sign, I will keep shuffling until I get a different sign to pop out. But for the most part, they've been coming out different signs. So, shuffle these up one more time, then we're going to get right into it. Alrighty. Spirit, what sign is this reading for? Taurus energy. So this reading will be for the sign of Taurus. So Taurus, we have poverty in the reverse. So you could have been in a time of poverty, but you could be getting some financial luck. Your financial luck could be improving. There could be an end of difficulties for you, Taurus. And you could be headed towards a positive change in a good direction. So things could be headed in a good direction for you, Taurus. After you have been in poverty, you could be coming out of poverty. Any more for the sign of Taurus? And then we have standing your ground in the upright. So Taurus, you may have needed to stand your ground against a Leo energy, male or female, or just a group of people, because we have several wands out here. So you could have needed to stand your ground against a lot of people. This could have been people that Leo has gotten together to come up against you. So Taurus, you may needed to stand up for what you believe in. You could have been fighting for your corner. You could have been very protective and defensive and assertive. So you could have seen this as a challenge to stand up for what you believe in. But you could have asserted yourself and maintained control during the situation or during this battle of standing up for what you believe in and fighting for your territory. For the sign of Taurus. And then we have the Ace of Wands in the upright. Fire sign energy once again. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So there is an outpouring from this fire sign. You could have been dealing with 2 fire signs. Or this could just be the energy of things that you were fighting for or what you believe in. Maybe you were fighting for a new beginning, some sort of good news when it came to something that you were dealing with when it came to a fire sign. So you could have been starting things up, starting some sort of creative endeavor. You could have taken a new initiative when it came to this creative endeavor. You could have found a new passion and you could have been very enthused about this, and you could have took a sense of urgency when it came to this creative endeavor, or taking on a challenge to stand up for what you believe in. But you had the potential, and you showed these people that you had the potential, the talent, and the potential to grow when it came to your talents and whatever creative endeavor that you were trying to embark on. Well, embark on. Any more for the Taurus? For the sign of Taurus, Spirit, may I please have the messages? Oh, hells no. Crazy cannon. So we got moving on in the reverse. So if this Pisces was involved with these people that you had to stand up against when it came to what you believed in, this Pisces didn't want to move on from the situation. So they could have tried to cause stagnancy in whatever this creative endeavor that you were embarking on. So they had trouble with accepting your destiny or someone else's destiny, or if you were someone's destiny, they didn't want to accept this, whoever this Pisces was. So they could have involved other people, or this could have been suitors of someone. Like I said, if you are someone's destiny, you are supposed to be with someone as their destiny. There could have been other suitors of this person or of yours, of both of you guys's, that wanted to stand up for what you guys believed in, or wanted to come up against you guys' destiny of being together. Now, like I said, these could have been suitors of either theirs or yours or both, and they could have came together to come against you guys, and you had to stand your ground against them. And then we got the resilience in the reverse, Sagittarius energy. So a lot of fire sign energy in this in Taurus. So you could definitely had a lot of trouble when it came to a fire sign that was refusing to compromise and give in. They could have been very stubborn, and they could have felt like they was the last one standing in a situation, or to come up against whatever this destiny is, whether if this is a creative endeavor that you were embarking on, or that you had or needed to embark on when it came to a certain person that you're supposed to be with or work with. And you could have needed resilience, or this Sagittarius feel like they needed resilience when trying to come up against you in this endeavor, or you and this person's endeavor. So maybe you are meant to be with someone because you are meant to do something, carry out something with whoever this person is that's a part of your destiny. So you could have had a group of fire signs, all fire signs that was involved in this, coming up against what you believed in, or what you guys is both believe in, you and your other significant other, or your partner, this person that you were supposed to embark on this creative journey with. And a Sagittarius in a situation could be the last one standing, or feeling like they're the last one standing, the last one to try to stop this. And then we have anxiety in the reverse, Pisces energy again. So there could be light at the end of the tunnel, Taurus, and things could be improving. Like I said, if you were in poverty, or if you and your partner was in poverty, you guys could be coming out of this situation, because there is light at the end of the tunnel. There could have been a lot of negativity surrounding you guys, or surrounding whatever this is that was supposed to come together. So this could have caused a lot of stress, or this Pisces could have been in a lot of stress because they were being negative towards your destiny with someone. And then we have the Ace of Swords, clarity in the upright. So there could be this Pisces or an Aquarius or a Libra, or this could just be people a part of this group that you guys has had to stand up for what you believed in. They could be gaining clarity in a situation, or you could be gaining clarity, Taurus, when it comes to this Pisces, this Aquarius, and this Libra in a situation. You could be getting new ideas from gaining whatever this is, and you could be making new plans regarding this clarity that you've received or that you are receiving, and you could be getting a victory. You could be headed towards success excuse me, after gaining this mental clarity. So you could be getting a breakthrough. You could have the ability to focus on whatever this creative endeavor is, this new beginning, this new idea you have, or this plan that you've made after receiving this mental clarity, after being able to focus. So you could be wanting to communicate with someone, or someone could be wanting to communicate with you. Like I said, someone could be giving you clarity in a situation, whether if it's a Pisces, Aquarius, or a Libra. So you could be achieving some sort of truth about a situation or about someone, and it could be being brought to you by one of these signs that I just said. So your vision could be clear, or whoever this Ace of Swords is, they could see your vision in the situation, Taurus. So they may have needed to gain strength to communicate with you about something, about some sort of truth. Or you may have needed to gain strength when it came to getting this mental clarity, when it came to a vision of yours that you had. And this may have needed you, or may have called for you to have a lot of concentration. So maybe there was people trying to break your concentration, break your focus so that you don't receive clarity. And then we have the Hierophant in the reverse, also Taurus energy. So there could have been people challenging your traditions, Taurus, or you could have been challenging someone's traditions. These people could have wanted you to be non-traditional or believe in non-traditional lifestyles and relationships, but the roles could be being reversed. So maybe these people see that they couldn't challenge your traditions or someone else's traditions that you're supposed to be with. Or if you were someone that was non-traditional, you could be reversing the roles and now becoming someone who is traditional, that believe in traditional lifestyles and relationships. And then we have the Fool in the reverse. So you could have been this fool at one point in time, reckless, fearless, and taking a lot of risk because you were in this Hierophant in the reverse energy. And also, too, what I'm getting is you may have not had the clarity that you needed because you were in this Hierophant energy due to who you were around or involving yourself with. And these people play the fool. They like to be reckless and take risks, and you were doing the same because you were in this Hierophant in a reverse energy. So you could have realized that you being in this energy was you taking foolish risks. Or maybe you needed to be fearless and be in this full energy when it came to going about something a certain way so that you could get clarity in the situation. And then we have the Tower and the upright. So you could have experienced a tower moment, Taurus. This could have been an accident of some sort, or some sort of destruction that has happened in your life because you were this Hierophant in reverse, challenging someone's tradition, being this fool, taking risks. This could have brought you a lot of chaos and destruction, sudden upheaval, trauma, unexpected change, disaster, loss, tragedy, revelation, confusion, pain. You could have went through a divorce with someone. So maybe you had to fight with a lot of people to get this divorce. Maybe they wanted you to stay stuck to someone else and didn't want you to be with someone that was actually your destiny. But this tower could have came down and you could have gotten this divorce from this person, called for a divorce. This could have been an abusive situation because you were in a situation that you didn't want to be in, a marriage you didn't want to be in. So it could have been a lot of violence in this marriage because you didn't want to be there. So you could have faced bankruptcy while in this marriage. There could have been a lot of natural disasters around you. You could have even lost a job, unemployment, facing accidents while in this unwanted marriage, Taurus. But after fighting for what you believe in, going through this divorce, ending things, you can now be coming out of poverty, because this situation could have brought you into poverty, but you could be coming out of this poverty, or after you have made this decision, gain clarity in the situation, and remove yourself from this energy or this person that you were stuck to, married to, tied to. Now you could be getting financial luck. Things could be improving for you. So maybe you were this Hierophant in the reverse, this fool, while married to this person, stuck to this person. But maybe that's what this person that you were married to wanted you to be. They wanted you to be stuck, Taurus. They wanted you to be in the reverse energy. Any more for the sign of Taurus? Now, because of also too who you were tied to, they could have wanted you to work with them, to work against who you were really supposed to be with. So they could have tried to bring the tower down onto someone else. And they could have done this by causing a lot of chaos and destruction. And then we have the Queen of Cups in the upright. So this could have been towards a Queen of Cups in the upright, a Libra energy, or someone with Libra in their chart. Someone that's very nurturing, a mature, emotional woman who's secure, feminine, who's very loving, kind, happy, who has a strong intuition, very romantic, loyal, faithful, shy, easily hurt, pretty, beautiful, a daydreamer, a psychic. So your destiny was probably supposed to be with this Queen of Cups in the upright. And these people, or if you were involved at one point because you were this Hierophant in the reverse, because you didn't have clarity when it came to this person or what you were supposed to be doing or being called to do. Like I said, you guys could have tried to bring the tower down on this Queen of Cups in the upright and cause a lot of chaos and destruction to this person. You guys could have also been challenging this person's traditions at one point, Taurus. And then we have burden in the upright. So you guys could have tried to burden this person, or these people could have tried to burden both of you, wanted both of you in reverse energy, so that you guys couldn't come together and embark on whatever this creative endeavor is that you guys are supposed to do together, which is you guys' destiny, coming together and embarking on a new journey, embarking on a creative endeavor that is meant for you guys to both carry out. But they wanted you guys both to be in reverse energy, non-traditional, living non-traditional lifestyles, having non-traditional relationships, always in chaos, always having destruction around you, always losing jobs, always in pain. But this Sagittarius in a situation could be very burdened right now. They could be overburdened with responsibility. So they could be feeling pressured at this time. Problems could be weighing in on this Sagittarius because they could have wanted this for you or both of you. The responsibility is heavy on this person. They feel like the obligation is on their shoulders. It's very heavy. They're feeling very constrained at this time. They're feeling burnt out, like it's an uphill battle, an uphill struggle. They could have taken something for granted, whether you or someone else in the situation. Or like I said, they could have done too much because they had a refusal to compromise. They didn't want to compromise in a situation and give in. They wanted to remain stubborn. So now that they didn't want to give up on what they were doing when it came to coming up against you guys' destiny, now they could be burdened. So after trying to burden you guys, they could be burdened. For the sign of Taurus, Spirit. And then we got player. So this Sagittarius could be someone who is a player. They could be playing the field, not looking to settle, seeking options. Or this could be the energy that they wanted you to be in, so you couldn't come together with who you are supposed to be with, destined to be with. They wanted you to remain this Hierophant in the reverse, this Fool in the reverse, being a player, playing the field, not looking to settle, and seeking other options. And then we have cuffing season. Single and ready to mingle, ready for a relationship, on the hunt. So, like I said, they wanted you always looking for other options, always single and ready to mingle. They wanted you to feel like non-traditional lifestyles and relationships was the way to go, so that you wouldn't want to come together with who you are destined to be with. And now, because you could have gotten clarity in the situation and decided to turn things around, this Sagittarius could be burdened. Now, also, too, what I'm getting is, since the Sagittarius feel like they were the last one standing, like I said, if these were suitors of you and your divine counterpart, or who you're supposed to destined to be with, they could have been the last one to try to come in towards someone before you guys come together, or before you gain the clarity of what you're meant to do with this person, or who you're meant to be with or do something with. They wanted to come in before you, and they wanted to play this person. But obviously they weren't able to do this, so now they are burdened with what they were trying to do. So they could have tried to burden this person just to try to come in. And we got sneaky link. So yeah, they wanted to be this person's sneaky link, or this could be someone that you were sneaky linking with, Taurus. So you could have been sneaking and geeking with Sagittarius energy. This could have been a hidden lover of yours, a low-key situation. This could have been your side piece. And then we have graduation day. But you could have graduated from being this player, from wanting to have side pieces and hidden lovers. So you could have leveled up from this, or you're leveling up at this time, learning your lessons when it comes to being this player or living non-traditional lifestyles. So you could have acquired some sort of wisdom throughout this whole entire situation. Now, if this is what you didn't want to be, like I said, there could have been people around you and this person who wanted to force you guys into being in the reverse, not believing in traditional relationships and lifestyles. So like I said, you guys both could have been fighting against these people trying to stand up for what you believed in, because what you really believed in is traditional lifestyles and relationships. But it could have been a struggle because of who you guys were around or involved with. But either you could have graduated, or this person could have graduated, or you both could have graduated and learned your lesson when it came to the people that you had around you, the people that you were dealing with, gaining clarity that people were just trying to force you or keep you stuck in situations that you didn't really want. So it was unwanted. Any more for the sign of Taurus? Taurus. Like I said, lust. So they wanted you guys to stay lustful. They wanted you to only be lusting after people, being greedy, barebacking people, being inconsiderate of your mate if you were with someone. Any more for the sign of Taurus? Whoa. So we got liftoff, fast action, progression forward. The wait is over. So after you graduating and learning your lesson when dealing with lustful situations or being in lustful energy, always wanting to have a sneaky link, after you graduating and learning your lesson, things could be taken off. You could be taking fast action, like I said, after you gaining this clarity. You could be progressing forward. The wait is over. So you could have been in a period of time where things was at standstill because you didn't recognize your own ways or the influences that you had around you, surrounding you. So you were stuck for a period of time. But now that you realize and recognize what you were doing wrong in the situation, and you learned your lesson, now things could be taken off. Like I said, you could have had a frenemy around you or frenemies around you, fake friends, two-faced people, people with hidden intentions. They didn't want you to have anything good. They didn't want you to see the truth in the situation, or wanted you to realize what you were supposed to be doing or who you were supposed to be with. So they tried to cloud your judgment, cloud your mind, so you wouldn't gain clarity to what they were doing, because they were trying to keep you down, keep you stuck, keep you in a lower energy, Taurus, because they wasn't really your friends. They didn't want good for you. They didn't want better for you. Maybe these are people that are stuck, that are non-traditional. So they wanted you to be the same way, and they could have influenced you to be this way until you gained clarity and decided to come up out of that or change your ways. Any more for the sign of Taurus? For the sign of Taurus. So we got rebound. So they could have wanted you to make someone a rebound, or you could have had a fake friend that you were dealing with who was a rebound, who was okay with being your rebound, Taurus. So they could have been very flighty. So they could have been okay with being your rebound, so they could come and go whenever they please. This is someone that's very flighty, that want to deal with you when they want to deal with you, and then discard you when they want to discard you. So they were okay with being the rebound when it came to being involved in your situation, or who you were needing to deal with, or who you were meant to deal with. They didn't care about being your rebound. They was okay with being a temporary option because they had unpredictable intentions. Their intention was to keep you in this lower energy, and that's why they made it seem like it was okay, like they were okay with being this rebound because they had ulterior motives. They wanted you to stay in this lower level, dealing with sneaky links, being in this lustful energy, being this player, so you couldn't be with this Queen of Cups who is your destiny, because this Queen of Cups ain't going for that lustful energy, that player mentality, and being your rebound or being with you, knowing that you got people in line okay with being your rebound. And then we have fed up. So you could have gotten fed up of this person that was okay with being your rebound. You could have been over it. Or this person who was your rebound, they could have gotten fed up because you were starting to gain clarity in the situation of what they were trying to do. So they could be frustrated at, because now you could realize that they were actually just your frenemy and trying to keep you down and keep you away with what you're meant to have. And we have long haul, in it to win it, long-term intentions invested. So you could be invested in this Queen of Cups. Now you can want the long haul with this person. You could be in it to win it and have long-term intentions. And now whoever this rebound is frustrated, they're over it, and they feel like they're not having it. Like I said, if this is the Sagittarius, which is the last sign we have out here, they feel like they are the last one standing. Like I said, they refuse to compromise. They're not having it. They are frustrated that you gain clarity and you want to make this change. They wanted you to stay in this player mentality so that you wouldn't see long term with this Queen of Cups. But that was their intention the whole time. But you getting back in the upright is what's going to cause you to get out of this poverty mentality, have things improving for you to go in the direction of which you're meant to go in, which is your destiny. And this Queen of Cups could be your destiny because you guys are meant to carry out something together, like I said. And this Sagittarius, along with these other people around you, don't want this to happen. They want to keep you in this lower level energy. For Taurus. So someone could be a CNA that's involved in this situation. You could have been dealing with a CNA. You could be a CNA, Taurus. And then we have Instagram. So someone could be on Instagram. Someone could be reaching out to someone on Instagram. Someone could have met someone on Instagram, or that's their way of communicating with someone is through Instagram. Or someone could have saw someone on Instagram, be watching someone. And then we have 2010. So something significant could have happened in 2010 on Instagram. I don't know if it was a feud on Instagram, or someone could have been watching someone on Instagram since 2010. Or this is in regards to someone that you've known since 2010, Taurus. And then we have Cancer. So a Cancer, that's a CNA, can be involved in this situation some way, shape, or form. They could have done something in 2010, or they could have been trying to stop this situation, gather people together to stop this situation from coming together since 2010. Whoever this Cancer is. Then we have a YouTuber stealing energy. So there could be a YouTuber that's stealing someone's energy or trying to. They could be a Cancer. So this could have been one of their ways of trying to keep somebody in lower level energy by stealing their energy on YouTube. If this person is on YouTube, or if you're on YouTube, so you or your partner could be on YouTube, and they could have been watching this person, stealing this person's energy. And then we got trying to destroy you because you left. So this Cancer energy could have been trying to destroy you because you left them, Taurus, or Taurus, at one point. Like I said, if you were a part of these people, you could have been trying to destroy someone because they left you. And then we have watch your surroundings. So you may need to watch your surroundings. There could be someone named Tanya around you. And then we have wants to start a family with you. So someone could want to start a family with you, Taurus, or you them. And then we have cousin. So Taurus, you could be someone's cousin that tried to destroy them because they left, or your cousin could be involved in trying to destroy you because you left, or someone else's cousin. And then we have stalker alert. So if you are someone's cousin Taurus, you could be stalking someone because they left and you've been trying to destroy them. So you could be stalking them to see if whatever you've been doing to try to destroy them has worked. Or if someone's cousin is a CNA worker that's a Cancer that's been stalking them, trying to destroy them because they left. They could have left a situation, left these people that's stuck in non-traditional lifestyles and relationships because you left that side of the fence. This cousin of yours that's in with these people of living this non-traditional lifestyle and having non-traditional relationships, they could be stalking you, trying to destroy you because you left. And then we have Spanish woman. So this could be someone who is Spanish. So someone could have a Spanish cousin that's a woman that's been stalking them. And we have a Leo female. This cousin could be a Leo female who's a Spanish woman that's been stalking them because you left a situation. Like I said, Taurus, if you did go through a divorce with someone, they wanted you to stay stuck and tied to that person that you were with because they were keeping you in a lower energy and keeping you away from who you were actually destined to be with. So like I said, now that you have divorced this person and left the situation, these people could be trying to destroy you because, like I said, they are used to and happy with being in these non-traditional lifestyles and relationships. So they wanted the same for you. They didn't want you to be with someone who you were destined to be with, someone that was going to be who you needed and not what you wanted in a situation. So they didn't want you to have what you needed when it came to a person. They wanted you to be with someone that was going to keep you in a lower level energy and not someone that was going to uplift you and make you change. So they didn't want you to change. They always wanted you to remain in a reverse. So they could be stalking you, throwing things at you, doing things towards you, or sending people towards you, like I said, in your partner, because they want you guys to remain in this lower level energy so you guys don't come together. And they could be watching you at this time, so you may need to watch your surroundings as well as this other person that you're destined to be with, because they could be sending people around, throwing things at you guys, trying to keep you guys in lower energies, stalking you to see if whatever they are doing towards you guys is working. And then we have ignoring the gossip. So they could be gossiping about you, Taurus, gossiping about the situation or who you're wanting to go towards, or gossiping about the work you're putting in on yourself, or both of you. And you could just be ignoring the gossip. You guys could be ignoring the gossip. A Sagittarius could be gossiping. And then we have someone's coming back from the past. So, like I said, the Sagittarius refused to compromise. They are being very stubborn, so they could be coming back from your past. Like I said, this could be someone that you dealt with in the past, and they could be coming back because, like I said, they feel like they're the last one standing to carry this out, to keep you in this lower level energy. So they are coming back. So be on the lookout for whoever this Sagittarius is. And then we have Gemini. There could be a Gemini involved. Stanley could be significant. So there could be a Sagittarius and a Gemini coming back from someone's past, whether yours or the person that you're destined to be with. And then we have on tour. So Taurus, you could be on tour if you do something to where as though you go on tour from time to time. And then we have leaving the past in the past. So like I said, you could be leaving the past in the past, and these people are upset because they didn't want you to do that. Or you both could be leaving the past in the past. You and who you're destined to be with. And these people are upset. They're frustrated. They feel like they're not having it. Any more messages for the sign of Taurus? Any more? Any more? Let's just keep looking at this. Then we got a Capricorn female could be involved in this as well. You could have left a Capricorn female in the past, Taurus. Then we have Corvette. So you could drive a Corvette, Taurus, or a Capricorn female that you used to deal with could drive a Corvette. And we have hiding information about a death. So this Capricorn female could be hiding information about a death. Whether if it's from you or from someone that you're destined to be with. So someone could have passed away, and whoever it is that passed away, whether a part of your family or the person that you're destined to be with, they may not know that this person passed away, or there could have been information left behind that was supposed to come towards this person or you, and they didn't receive this because whoever this Capricorn female is, they are hiding this information. They don't want this person to receive it. So it could be hiding information about a will. Maybe this person was in a will, or you was in a will, Taurus, and this Capricorn female could be hiding this information from you, or they could be hiding this information from this Queen of Cups energy about a death, and their name could have been in this person's will, and this Capricorn female is hiding this information. And like I said, soulmate. So this could be from your soulmate. They could be hiding this information about this death from your soulmate. And then we have too late. So someone could be realizing that something is too late. Or maybe you feel like it's too late for you to come together with this soulmate, Taurus. Or maybe you stayed in this lower energy for too long. You let these people influence you for too long. So maybe you feel like it is too late for you to come together with this soulmate. Or if these people from your past or from your person's past was trying to come in, they could realize that it's too late. They could realize that it's too late because you could have gained clarity on who your soulmate is, Taurus. So they could feel like it's too late. Any more for the sign of Taurus? Spirit. Then we have Virgo. So your soulmate could be a Virgo, or you could be feeling like it's too late for you to come together with your soulmate who's a Virgo. Or like I said, they could be realizing it's too late for them to come towards a Virgo, Taurus. And then we have 2007. I'm about to say 2007. 2007. So something significant could have happened in 2007. Or this is a Virgo that you could have known since 2007, Taurus. That's your soulmate. They could have a missing tooth or missing teeth, or you could, Taurus. And then we have soup kitchen. So Taurus, you could work at a soup kitchen or just visited one, or they could have, or someone significant could work at a soup kitchen. I don't know. Damn. And we got change player ways. So yeah, Taurus, you could have changed your player ways because you gained clarity in the situation of who your soulmate is and what you guys were supposed to do together. And then we have remains karmic or stuck to karmic energy because they refused to change. So you could have remained in this karmic situation or stuck to a karmic energy. Like I said, if you were married to someone since 2007 or in karmic situations since 2007, you couldn't, or you didn't want to change in a situation. You refused to change. So you stayed stuck to that karmic or stuck to a karmic energy or energies that were around you because you refused to change. But now you could be changing your player ways, or you could have changed your player ways since you gained clarity of who you were supposed to be with or who you are supposed to be with, Taurus. So you could have actually made this change because it says changed player ways and not changing. So maybe you did do this work. And like I said, this could have took you being in poverty, going through bankruptcy, just going through bad times with whoever you were tied to for you to realize that's not who you were supposed to be with, or the energy that you were supposed to be in. The people that were around you were just an influence. They were just frenemies, and it could have took you a long time to realize this, to make the change that you needed to make, because the people that were around you, they could have been influencing you so much to the point where you felt like the karmic energy that you were in and tied to was actually good for you. That was how you were supposed to be living life. That was how you were, who you were supposed to be with. Like I said, they had you in this Hierophant in reverse energy, being non-traditional, believing in non-traditional relationships and lifestyles. So whoever you were tied to, they were either okay with being a rebound. They could have been a rebound to your situation with someone else if you were with someone before this person, or this person was okay with you having rebounds just to keep you stuck and tied to them. Any more for Taurus spirit? Any last messages? So we got CEO. So Taurus, you could be a CEO of something. And then we have taking orders from a military official. So you could have been taking orders from a military official. So maybe that's what kept you stuck as well. Maybe you feel like you had to take these orders from whoever this military official was. Maybe they was the CEO of a certain company or of something over you. I don't know. Or these people could have been taking orders from a military official. And we have abundance is coming. So now since you changed your player ways and you were able to graduate, learn your lesson, untie yourself from these karmic people and this karmic energy, abundance could be coming your way. Like we had first card out here for Taurus. Poverty is in the reverse. So now you are able to live in abundance. You're able to gain financial luck. Your finances could be improving. You could be headed towards positive change in a good direction because you actually gained clarity and you decided to take action, fast action, and make a change so that things could progress for you. Because dealing with these toxic energies and you being in a toxic energy could have had you in this reverse energy. Very careless, very reckless, in poverty, facing bankruptcy, always in chaos and destruction, like I said. And then we have a snake is around you. So yeah, a snake was around you, Taurus. And you needed to realize that. They was your frenemies. So until you realize that people were just your frenemies and they wanted to keep you down, you weren't going to be able to receive this abundance or what you were meant to receive until you realize that. Till you realize you had nothing but snakes around you. Then we had taking turns coming near you to mess with your network connection. So people could have been doing this to you, or you could have been doing this to someone. Now, if you are this military official, you could have been having people come around someone to mess with their network connection. Or there could have been a military official that was in all this, that was giving these people that was coming up against your destiny to, they were giving these people orders to take turns to come near someone to mess with their network connection. Maybe because they knew that abundance was coming to you or whoever you were destined to be with. And they didn't want this person to receive this or receive the news of this. So they could have constantly been messing with their network connection so they wouldn't receive something. Any more for the sign of Taurus? Any more for Taurus? We have repo. So you could have been going through repo, or you or this military official could have wanted someone to go through repo, be default on their payments, be financially incapable, have their assets repossessed. Now, like I said, this could go one or two ways. You could have been, like I said, because you were in your lower energy, having people influencing you, you could have wanted someone to be financially incapable, have their assets repossessed. You could be a CEO of some sort that was involved in this because you have clarity of who this person was to you or what you were supposed to be doing with this person. Any last messages? And then we got the Hangman and the Upright. So you could have been dissatisfied, disinterested, stagnant, realizing that you were doing negative patterns or stuck doing negative patterns. So you could have alienated yourself to go through this graduation, to learn your lesson, to realize you could have been looking yourself in the mirror, realizing that you were causing destruction yourself because you wasn't realizing the truth in the situation. So you may have needed to alienate yourself to gain this clarity, Taurus. Any more last messages for Taurus? Damn, that's a lot. And then we got Queen of Wands in the upright, vibrancy, Leo energy. So there could have been a Leo, like we did get Leo female out here earlier. So there could be a Leo female who's energetic, lively, strong, brave, enthusiastic, fun, independent, confident, optimistic, outgoing, assertive, sexy, chaotic. They could be grumpy and forgetful. That's around you. So maybe you needed to alienate yourself from this person. Then we have Judgment in the reverse. So Taurus, like I said, you could have been dealing with a Leo as well. This just could have been multiple of your suitors as well as your partner suitors, because we got a lot of male and females out here. But we got Judgment in reverse. So you could have been indecisive when it came to this Leo female. You could have had self-doubt that you could actually end negative patterns when it came to whatever you were doing with this Leo female. So you lacked self-awareness in all of this. You were unwilling at one point. Like I said, you refused to change at one point. You didn't want to learn lessons of karma. So maybe you didn't believe in karma at one point in time. But ever since the tower came down on you and things started crashing down, that is when you probably realized that karma is real, and you decided to learn your lessons from these negative patterns. And then we have the balance in the reverse, Capricorn energy. We also had Capricorn female out here, but this could be male or female. So there could be a Capricorn that was involved as well. It had a lack of balance, a lack of organization. They could have been stuck in poverty, or like I said, this could be you. You could have been in this energy, Taurus. You could have had a lack of balance, a lack of organization. You could have been stuck in poverty, making poor financial decisions. Or you could have been influenced by this Leo female that was working with these people up against you, like I said, to keep you unbalanced because of your lack of awareness. So they were able to do this to you, have you in this energy, have you going through these things because of the lack of awareness that you had. And then we have apathy in the reverse, Cancer energy. We already had Cancer out here, so this Cancer could be taking an opportunity to let go of regret, because they could have regretted something that they've been doing behind the scenes. They could be ending stagnation when it comes to their life, or trying to end the stagnation when it comes to you, so you can actually live your life how you're supposed to live your life. So they could be sending you motivation, or they could be having a motivation to do something, or to let something go, let you go. And then we have fulfillment in the reverse, Pisces energy. So there could be a Pisces that's feeling like their dreams are broken. They could be having nightmares. They could be unhappy. They could be surrounded by destruction. They could be suffering at this time and feel like they have a lack of accomplishment. Because like I said, they could be one of these people, rather one of your suitors or your person that you're destined to be with suitor. They didn't want to accept someone's destiny, whether yours or your partner's destiny. So now they could be unfulfilled because they know that this is coming together. And then we got the Devil in the reverse, also Capricorn energy. So whoever this Capricorn is that was involved, they could feel like they're imbalanced. They could be full of conflict. They could have a lack of perspective, and they could be full of disharmony at this time, because what these people wanted and what they worked so hard against isn't happening, because you and your partner learned your lesson. So now you guys could come together and receive the abundance that is meant for you guys, because you guys learned the lesson and didn't remain stuck in these karmic situations and this karmic energy that these people wanted you to be in. Now, this could be you guys as family members on both sides, not just family members. This could have been lovers. This could have been just multiple people around you guys on both sides trying to keep you in this lower energy, because they didn't want this to come together. They didn't want to see you guys in you guys' destiny. And that's just what it is. That's just point blank period. So I'm in a reading right there. That's just what it is. But these people are unfulfilled now, because game over. But anyways, please like, share, and subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed. Like I said, any donations could be sent to the information in the description box, as well as if anybody would like to engage in a vent session, that information will be in the description box as well. But I hope you guys have a good rest of the day.